Privately, the underlying discourse in the family was I was not needed. And when that happens in the wild with monkeys, which y'all have a monkey brain, you kill them, you know? And maybe your right hand didn't know what your left hand was doing, but you were trying to kill me. You're locking me out of the cupboards, locking me out of the house. I was just a teenager. There was absolutely no attention given to me at all, except for me to come to the courtroom and testify for my dad, who I thought would protect me if I did that, and he didn't. But yeah, no, the murder of the child is not unusual in families that have mental health issues. Just get rid of her. And I will conversely say in this certain statement that my dad said that I heard, he was like, I'm surprised she's still alive. I love to be baggage for you, Dad. And I'm just going to continue to be baggage because you know what? I want to change the world. I'm like Eric Clapton. I don't want whole families to disregard a child because they have mental health issues because of ignorance. And ignorance is evil. So just disregarding me and supporting me not, except my mom, during a time in which I was suffering. Let's see, Dick and Sandy did nothing. Hal and Carolyn did nothing. None of my cousins did anything. No call, no card. The only person that kept up, and my mom told me one time, she says, the only reason I'm doing this for you is because I'm your mom. That's real loving too, isn't it? I found love. I found true love. But it wasn't within my family. Jennifer hates me because her childhood sucked. And you can pretend that everything was Cheerio, Chip, but it wasn't. And I do plan on telling it in a movie because it's going to sell tickets and it's going to help people. I will say Edna and Bob came to see me when I was 21. They made one visit. My friends brought me pizza and they came and visited and they called and they brought me books, but not my family. I know this one schizophrenic guy that a friend of mine found living under a tree. And he's schizophrenic, and his family kicked him out because they thought he was possessed by the devil. That's about where your ignorance lies, family. Hillary never came to see me. She did bring me a sweatshirt once. I don't think she ever called. I don't think she remembers that correctly. I had attacked Jerry. I tackled him and bit his ear because he used to kiss my ear so hard it hurt. And so I got taken into the hospital to get back on my medication when he told me a lie. It was a lie like I had never heard. I couldn't. I'm his wife. Why would he tell me a lie about a $30,000 loan that could actually pull our family under, and we wouldn't have a house if his son Randy had not paid it? And I was like, how could you do that to me and my kids? Because he knew the situation. I told him I can't work. I got bipolar, and he said that's fine. He also said he had a house. And so I thought, oh, okay, well, we're not going to be rich. I mean, I knew he only made $60,000 a year, but we would have housing. And I didn't want to marry him for his money. I wanted to marry him to be my friend. But friends don't tell other friends their lies. And then I wouldn't have sexual relations with him because I'm not a fucking prostitute. Jennifer might be. I'm not sure. Is she telling John the truth or is she just having sex for the money? But yeah, she's got issues. And, well, you know, you don't get one member of the family that has terrible issues and it doesn't affect or challenge or be stemmed from other psychiatric issues in the family. It's a chain. It's all interconnected. But because nobody wants to look at theirs and say, hey, yeah, I need to get better. Ooh, that isn't the healthiest thing I could do, like manipulate. And as for narcissism, Hillary, I don't know. You have to look around you and see who's a narcissist. I do think the family's a little bit on the high end of hubris because they own a farm that they inherited. They never worked for it. The only person that's ever worked for that farm is John. The rest were slaves. They cleared the fields. They built the house. They rescued the furniture. They rebuilt the house. They took care of the babies. They took care of the food while the ladies did a crazy quilt and did embroidery on lace and painted pictures. I guess in the summers it was hot and they probably took a fan and the black people fanned the ladies so they didn't get so hot. But I'm not against slavery. I mean, I think it's a good thing in certain circumstances, as in Rousseau, Emily, like, be like your dad. But in our case, Chip, you don't want to be like our dad. That's hard to not have a dad for a good role model, isn't it? Hillary, James, and Morgan. I guess my role models were Kent. He never had kids, but he was honest, and he was smart, and he was funny. Ron Copeland, super nice guy. I have a lot of role model friends, but it is no man in my family. Granddaddy, but you don't say abusively to people that horses ruined HV. Horses were therapeutic for HV, you know? I mean, she had bipolar. She needed something. And Grandmommy was a very caring, loving, willful, smart lady, and she bought HV a horse and didn't even tell Granddaddy, because she didn't want to take the abuse either. See, you guys are not in so much control anymore. I think that that's a patriarchal thing, that he feels like he can tell HV how to live her life without having any. His sister committed suicide, and then he gets all upset like he doesn't know what happened. And then HV gets bipolar. My dad gets bipolar. I get bipolar 1, but I'm the only one that has a problem. I guess it's scary for y'all, because you're going to have to face yourselves. When you look in the mirror, you never really see yourself, but you do see yourself through other people, other friends, and community. Are you part of the community, or is it all blacks? And you guys, that's the high school issue with Jen, is it was just black. She didn't want to be around black people. You know, it can be a different culture at times, but also it's a beautiful culture in some senses. And if she were a good person, and the fact that she had mental health and wellness, she could have gone there and really helped the community and been a good role model, but she couldn't do it. She's too sick. Oh, well, guys, that's my little sermon of the day, my little worm here, because you guys got worms in your mind.